Welcome into the CatCast. Here's your host, as always, Cat Kennison. And Callie's in the background and Kitty back there playing. So we might hear stuff going on. But we're going to do the show because we're fresh off of a double show yesterday. Had a regular podcast, and then we had the J.B. Prisker interview podcast, and so we did two yesterday because of that interview. Had to do one. Hope you guys enjoyed watching that commentary. I thought it was interesting to do something like that, and hope you guys enjoyed it as well. But I'm excited again to bring a regular podcast back today, and we've got all kinds of topics to talk about. We're very excited here at the CatCast to bring you what we're going to talk about today. And these are important things, and these are entertaining things as well. And it's going to always be fun and entertaining here at the CatCast. As you all know, that's how Cat likes it. So let's get right down to the rundown, people. We're going to be talking about the new ballroom. We'll be talking about the new ballroom that we're going to be building at the White House. They've already started demolition to connect it to the White House so that it looks nice, like it was always part of the White House. Because if we didn't do that, it would be a separate structure. Then everybody would have to walk through, like, outside again and back. It doesn't make sense. It won't look right. It'll look foolish. And so we're going to do that ballroom upright. We're going to be discussing that. That's going to be our main topic of discussion. Who would thought? A podcast about ballrooms. You would think it would have to do with Cinderella, but no, it has to do with the White House. And this is our top story, people. Next, after that, we're covering the N.B.A. gambling story. And this story is off the hook good. Let me tell you, you don't have to be into sports or gambling to be interested in hearing about this one. I've got more information to share about it, and we are going to jump right into that story as well. You should be very into it. I am pretty sure you're going to love it. We're also going to be talking about Pam Bondi and how she don't play. Man, you don't want to mess with Pam Bondi. She don't play. She don't play, homie. Nope. She is ruthless, and she's proud of it, you know? So we're going to talk about that. Stephen A. Smith made a real stupid comment about the N.B.A. thing being directed by Trump because he doesn't like the N.B.A. or I don't know. Then he said they're going to go after the WNBA. Very stupid comment, and I have more respect for Stephen A. Smith than that. And a lot of people have said it's just outrageous for him to say that thing. And, you know, I thought he was actually thinking about becoming a politician. But for him to throw out that kind of, I'm going to go with the Joe Biden word, malarkey, I just have to be like, whoa, dude, I think you just lost your credibility about being fair and objective. Now, some other people have said maybe it has to do with the fact that he covers the N.B.A. and all that. But I'm like, so you don't make up something about a story like that. If you got no evidence to just be throwing that out there is total garbage. And to think that Donald Trump would attack the WNBA, why? Why? What have they done to him? They don't make any money. But if the NBA wants to keep subsidizing something for 20 years that's never made any money, that's their choice. We don't care. Donald Trump doesn't care. Let them out there play basketball. What would we go after them for? Unless they're making bets or going out of the game. You're going to love this story anyways. We're not going to go too much more into the Stephen A. Smith thing. Just that it's crazy. Canada. Ontario. The guy there, Doug Ford, he used Reagan's speech about tariffs in an incorrect way, actually took him out of context, and now it pissed off Trump and messed everything up for the guy that's actually trying to negotiate it. And he said, oh, well, it was meant to do this. It was, this was to create dialogue. Well, you don't do that to create dialogue. You don't put something out like what he put out to create dialogue. That makes people mad. That's like a slap in the face. So we will talk about that. The 27th Amendment. Lawmakers must be paid. They made that in there because, originally they weren't being paid and it was like, an issue. But now that that's in there, they don't have to go without money when there's a shutdown. And I'm like, wait a minute. It just says they must be paid. It doesn't say that they have to be paid by a certain point, does it? So if we're just waiting for them to reopen the government, then they eventually are going to get paid, right? So I don't know if we need to have lawyers really look at that, because they are going to get paid when the government reopens. Just like everything right now, it's on hold and everybody gets paid then. Well, then they'll also be paid, right? Yeah. So if it's shut down, then it's shut down. They don't get paid either till they get a deal done. Then they'll get paid. Bam! It's not actually fighting anything. That's my favorite topic, but we'll probably spend the least amount of time on it because I'm sure they'll have something in there that says something more. But like I said, if it just says they gotta be paid, they are going to be paid, right? Just like everybody here that's being furloughed. They get paid. It's just delayed. I don't think it says anything about in a timely manner. Does it say anything about that? And did they know about shutdowns when they made this law? Like, this is like way long time ago. Maybe they never had shutdowns. So this might not even apply to a shutdown, This was like when they were trying to like take advantage and not pay people. Now that's not an issue. They use this as a force mechanism to hurt people. And it's really shameful. It is disgusting what the Democrats are doing right now. All right? But hey, they are doing what is in the best interest of their constituents, they say. So if you think it's good to run out of SNAP, then you're a Democrat. Hey, we got to keep these prices down. The Affordable Care Act is the exact opposite of affordable. It is not affordable. And it took advantage of Cat here when it first came out and was making me pay thousands of dollars for a healthy man with no family. It was more than my mortgage. More than my mortgage. Healthy man, no family. And I'm paying more than I go to the doctor once a year for a physical to make sure nothing's happening to me. And they wanted me to pay $6,000 a year, I think. Whew, that's a lot. For one doctor's visit. A little crazy. It was unaffordable. They were screwing me. My first insurance I got, it was $80 when I was like 22. $79 a month. And I guess they came out with plans for people to pay $4 a month. I never got no $4 a month plan. My cheapest plan was $80. What is this $4 a month plan for somebody? Whoa. No wonder they gotta charge somebody like me $6,000 a year then. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. I think it was more than 6,000. I think it was like 7,500. Can you believe that? All right, we're off topic. All right, ballroom. The ballroom. I want to tell you a joke first before we jump into this one, okay? And it's a joke you're supposed to tell to the police. And when the police man pulls you over, he comes up to you. You say, hey, I want to donate to that policeman's ball that's coming up. How do I do that? And the policeman will go, policemen don't have ball. They don't have what, sir? I get what you were doing. Never mind why I pulled you over. I'm going to let you go because that was pretty witty. Unless you get the wrong guy. Get the wrong person there. What? Huh? If you do with a lady, it may not work either. Okay. All right. We're done with the joking. Okay, we're getting serious now. Cat, get serious. Lock and load. Okay. We're adding on a ballroom to the White House. It's going to be awesome. But Democrats don't like it. People that have TDS don't like it. But I saw when they did a basketball court, they loved it. Oh, man. Yeah, getting a basketball court. How is the basketball court? What is a basketball court? It's basically just some concrete, right? And some draining areas so that the water doesn't pool and the masonry will be proper. And how much do you think something like that costs? It costed more than this new ballroom is going to cost. $385 million. Woo! Who got paid for that job, huh? Again, and that was not donated money. That was us taxpayers' money. Yeah, Obama had to have a basketball court. $385 million basketball court. This ballroom is going to be $300 million. You Democrats don't have a right to complain anymore about anything when it comes to money. And you don't have a right to complain about this because it's going to look awesome. And they brought up all the times that this has been, that the House, the White House, has been modified. And this is not even the original part of the White House, okay? This is a part that was added later to add some offices, rarely used now. And they're going to make this better. You guys hate everything that we're going to make better. You'd like it to stay crappy for some reason. You don't want us to fix the crime problem, the murder problem. You want it to stay crappy. You don't want us to clean up the druggies and the tent cities. You want it to stay crappy. You don't want us to fix the economy or bring stuff over here. You want it to stay crappy. Why do you want everything to stay crappy? This new ballroom, the renderings of it look exquisite. It's going to look like it was always part of the White House, okay? It's not going to look like some ugly thing that they added on later, okay? It's going to look beautiful. And yes, we're going to call it the Trump Ballroom. You know why? Because he is the one that's coming up with it and having it done. All right? So it's the Trump Ballroom. I know you're going to hate that forever. Live on in infamy. You guys hate him so much. Nothing can be good. That's why you really hate the Trump Ballroom. Because it's going to have his name on it for the rest of time. That makes Cat happy. I love it right now. I just love it. It's so great. It's such an awesome time to be alive right now. The cat is just on fire. I love it. Keep your voice deep. People don't like it when your voice goes high. I like to be happy, though. I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy. It's a good time to be alive. This ballroom is going to be awesome. And it will be here forever. No more will the girls have to be out in a tent with uneven ground for them to slip an ankle with their heels, to worry about the humidity fizzing up their hair, to worry about lightning or rain ruining the whole thing, you know? I mean, this ballroom, since Jackie Onassis Kennedy, they have wanted a ballroom. And now, it's happening. But you're mad because it's Orange Man. You know, when Obama took out Bin Laden, I celebrated. I didn't say, oh man, I wish it was a Republican that got him. I said, yeah, Obama, yeah, you got Bin Laden, yeah. That's what I did. You know? Chaba. All right, the gambling. We'll move on to gambling. Even though I want to talk more about the ballroom, I'll never get through everything probably. This ballroom's going to be awesome, though. It's going to be the kind of ball any lady's going to want to go to. Think back, have you been to the Trump ballroom? You haven't been to a ball until you've been to Trump's ballroom. Oh, yeah. That's going to be where all the balls are. Yeah. If they ever do Cinderella movie again, they're going to be like, hey, can we use the Trump ballroom? Well, how nice were you, Disney, to us? Should we let them use the ballroom or not? Better start being nice to Trump. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's a great show today. Cat's really feeling good. Katie's running around like a banshee. She's running around like a banshee. All right. The gambling. So here's what's going on. They're going after a few people that they caught. Flying up here and out on the porch he's going to go. These people, what they were doing, okay? One of them was a player. And he would pretend to be injured, go out of the game early, and they would do these prop bets. You know how they have all the prop bets now, where you can bet on how many points he's going to get. Well, if he leaves the game early, or if he shoots crappy and doesn't do well, then he's not going to make those points, and they can bet a lot on it. It's like taking a dive without actually taking a dive, but he would tell them the people ahead of time. Another guy knew about injury reports, and this guy knew if LeBron James wasn't going to be in the game because of an injury, he'd say 3 is not going to be in. Get in on the bet before the information comes in. Okay, now LeBron didn't know anything about it, but he was given information behind the scenes that before it was public. All right, big time bad stuff. Then this other guy, he had a machine that reads cards, x-ray machine. It's really meant to make sure that there's no cards missing in decks, but they were using it to see what people's hidden cards were. And then they would know what was going to come up. And they could see exactly what their opponent. So they would bring in big fish, people that have lots of money, and they're usually because they're good at poker, and they would play them, and they would beat them because they would know what the cards they had, and they knew the cards that were coming up, which you cannot know. And they were also doing things that are actually against what, if you do, like my friend, he's a mathematician, he does the statistics in his head of his hand versus what's out there to determine if he should stay in, fold, what they could possibly have, stuff like that. And they're winning on stuff where you wouldn't stay in long on because you'd be like, it doesn't make sense unless you know the cards that are coming up. That's how they kind of busted some of this, I think, because they were going against real good poker players and then beating them, and because they knew the cards that were coming up. You'll always win if you can do that. So this is a big-time scandal. Trump had nothing to do with it, though, and you have to go after this kind of stuff because it destroys games, okay? It destroys... Why do you think baseball takes it so serious? Why do you think they didn't let Pete Rose into the Hall of Fame? This destroys sporting events, and nobody will bet on stuff if they know it's rigged. It will destroy the betting industry as well, okay? So this is serious stuff. For them to wonder why the FBI is involved, because there are lots of charges for this stuff. That is big time no-no. They were going after the mob, okay? And that led them to the N.B.A., okay? And this all started in 2023. That's under the Biden administration. I don't know why I do quotes. That's under the Biden administration, Stephen A. Smith. So what would Trump have to do with it? Okay, this started 2 years ago, and they're just now. You know how slow the law is at building their cases and whatnot. Okay, so my goodness, you're all right. So this is an interesting story. We're gonna keep on it because I think there's more stuff going to come out. These people may lead to bigger people. Sometimes they want to cut deals, and so this may get bigger. So we shall see. But right now they're looking at 20-year sentences, for this kind of they just don't play with this kind of stuff. Like I said, it is bad stuff. Lots of money involved, and you're swindling people. It's a form of stealing. It's basically like committing insurance fraud. I would compare it to like insurance fraud, this gambling stuff. Because people don't know that insider trading. Insider trading would be better is what they're doing. Insider trading. And then sometimes fixing the stock too. For him to be like, oh, I'm going to go. I should be in the whole game. And then he pretends he has his foot injured. Oh, man. Yeah. Mysterious foot injury. There, I can quote that. A mysterious foot injury. All right. Pam Bondi. Don't play. All right. This is a good one, okay? Now, I was telling you guys this the other day about that's ICE tracking thing. She sent out the letters now. The letters are out. So, if they now keep messing around with it, they will be prosecuted. These are the warnings. She has sent them out for this ICE tracker thing. She's like, you better separate yourself from it. She's telling them, save all your emails, save all your communications, because we're going to be reviewing them. She ain't playing around. This is serious stuff. These people don't understand the law. They really need to get some lawyers to tell them that what you're doing can actually get you in trouble, people. I mean, it's ridiculous that they're this dumb out there, but they are. They're so dumb. So we're talking about the ones in L.A., Karen Bass, and also Lori Lightfoot said something about it in Illinois, even though I don't think she has any part in the government anymore, so I don't know what she has to do with this other thing either. It's kind of interesting. We shall see, though. I don't know. But the letter went out to her. Okay, the Stephen A. Smith thing, we kind of covered it. It's too bad he had to say something like that. Like I said, in my mind, he's lost all credibility now to actually run as a politician because he didn't even know his facts, and then he's going out and throwing accusations that Trump had something to do with it when it's proven now that it went back to 2023. And so he looks like an idiot. Hope he comes out and apologizes, but you don't make accusations like that when you don't have any evidence. You're just basically starting conspiracy theory, Stephen A. Smith, and you're above that, and it's sad, I'm really saddened by it. I don't know, maybe ESPN talked you into it. Some other people should have told you, hey, dude, that's you're conspiracy theorying now about this stuff. The way he said they're going to go after the WNBA, like, what are they going to do? Hey, I don't like WNBA. Let's make up some charges about them. Trump doesn't do that. This is what you guys do, okay? You guys came up with the fake stuff, with the... Hey, Callie. Callie's back there. You guys come up with the fake stuff, okay? We don't do that, okay? We don't do that. We go after real crimes, okay? We're not going to make anything up about people, okay? If the WNBA is doing something illegal that you know about, Stephen A., let us know. Otherwise, keep your mouth shut. Why would we go after them? What are you trying to imply? What is he trying to imply? I'm serious now. Now it's almost not rhetorical. What is he implying by the WNBA? Is that a race thing? Is it a trans thing? I don't even know why he brought that up. Why would Trump go after the WNBA? Does anybody understand that? I don't think he's ever commented about the WNBA in my life. but I could be wrong. Why would he go after them? You gotta really wonder sometimes when they make outrageous statements like that. All right, how are we doing? We're doing pretty good. We got two more things to talk about, but they're minor things. The Canada Ontario thing by Doug Ford. You have to get permission to use people's likenesses usually, especially if you're going to use it when it's something political. And so they should have had to like get a hold of the Reagan Library, and whoever has the power of attorney now or the legal rights to that, they'd have to like. Usually there's some money involved, like you got to pay some money to use it. But what they did is they actually took his words out of context, because he was talking about trade should be free and fair, but he had to use tariffs at that time against Japan, and that's why he was talking about it. But they cut that part and they selectively edit it to make it so it pushes their agenda. The thing is, they have tariffs on our goods, okay? We can't sell milk up there because they'll tariff the heck out of it, so it's so expensive that nobody will buy it. That way their farmers can sell their milk. So their argument about fair and free trade is hypocritical, because they just don't want us to tariff them. They're already tariffing us. Understand? So Mr. Doug Ford is an idiot, because he's basically trying to go psh, psh, hit Trump in the face or something with some kind of mean ad to try to get Americans mad at Trump, instead of Canadians understanding that we need reciprocal trade. Reciprocal. So fair, okay? So our milk should be coming in at zero tariff if your milk comes into us at zero tariff. If you guys are jacking things up, then we get to jack things up. It may be true that Canada cannot survive on its own with the stuff now the way we need it. If that is the case, then maybe we will have to absorb Canada. But them marching around and being like big tough dudes and lying to people is not going to work. We're not going to buy your propaganda. I'm smarter than that, and a lot of other people will listen to people and find out what you're doing is lying. You can't just lie anymore, okay? We're on to the lying. We're on to it. And we're going to tell people, okay? We want fair trade, you want fair trade, but you are not you don't like us now that we're trying to make it fair. You're upset about how we're trying to make it fair. And maybe your government cannot survive. Maybe it is true what Trudeau said way back then. He said basically we can't survive, and that's when Trump made the joke. But maybe it's not a joke. Now, I'm not trying to steal away Canada from wherever you're a part of, you know. We're just trying to make it fair now. And you guys got to figure it out, you know, and stop blaming us for why it's not fair, you know, because we've gone with it not being fair for a long time. So it's time to fix it. It's all we want. And, you know, we would be great if Canada came to America. And every Canadian that says they would not like to be an American is full of shit. And the only reason I say that is if I tell you your paycheck goes up 5 times, whatever you make now, you'll make 5 times it if America absorbs you. You're going to say, okay. If I don't say 5, let's say if 5 times doesn't do it, what if I say 7 times? What if I say 10 times? There's a number. Eventually you're going to be like, I'm okay with being part of America, because we'd probably still call you Canada, and keep everything the same. But you would just be part of America from then on. Which you are already. You're part of North America. So, I don't want to upset anybody, but, we want it to be fair. One time somebody said, we keep you safe. NATO keeps us safe. I said, well, who's been paying for NATO for so long? America. You guys, everybody else just finally started paying for it. So we've been keeping you safe for years, for decades. All right? So it wasn't NATO. It's freaking America. If we were gone, you guys would have to spend way more money on military. You don't spend any right now, I doubt. Not trying to attack Canada. We're out of time. Oh well. The only other thing was the lawmakers thing, where we talked about, hey, they are going to get paid. So what is the thing about them being? I want to look it up. We'll have to come back to that. We'll look it up. We'll see exactly what the amendment says, word for word. Because I know how lawyers are. Everything is done word for word, and I just want to read that amendment. Come back. We'll probably deal with that tomorrow. This has been a great episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Rocking out again with the CatCast, and we love having you here, and we hope you're enjoying it, and we'll try to keep it entertaining as always. So we will see you again tomorrow. This is Cat Kennison, your host, wishing you a great night. Cha-cha. I love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.